Hey guys, Randy here with Household Canine Training, and I wanted to make a video to show people how to properly introduce a dog to a prong collar. It's a great tool when used properly and an awesome way to communicate with our dogs. Unfortunately, you can't just put the collar on the dog, open up the front door, and start your walk. You've got to teach them what the pressure means and how to turn it off. It's all about the concept of pressure and release. And the whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes. In this next clip, I'll be working with a board and trained dog, Amy. She's only 7 months old, and this is her first time wearing the prong collar. I will be going over my thought process and what I'm doing as I'm working with the dog.
Alright, so here we've got Amy, and right there I'm applying pressure, and as soon as she takes a step towards me, I'm going to take the pressure off by giving her the leash back. As you can see, she's pretty distracted, loves to use her nose, sniffing around my driveway. Right there again, pressure was on. She made the right decision to give into the pressure, so the pressure came off. And again right here. And I want the dog to be distracted in the beginning. It gives me an opportunity to get their attention, to apply pressure, and to really teach them to give into the pressure. Later on in the clip, you'll see her really tune into me a lot better. But in the beginning, your dogs won't know, what to do. But as soon as they take that first step towards you, you give the leash back, the pressure comes off, and you can praise them. And like I said earlier, this whole process should be no more than 5 or 10 minutes. It's really just getting the dog used to the sensation of when they feel the pressure, they must give in and turn towards you to turn that off. Now, as you just saw, Amy was scratching. That's normal. Itching, here we go again. I mean, it's a new sensation for her. Your dog's most likely going to do the same thing. It'll take a day or two. They'll get used to the collar. Now, as far as getting used to the collar, you want to keep the collar on most of the time. Really all the time that you can supervise the dog, whether that's inside or outside. Really the only time the collar should come off is when they're going in their crate or you cannot directly supervise them. The reason for that is we don't want to create a collar smart dog. We want the dog to make the prong collar a good association, such as feeding your dog with the collar on, playing fetch with your dog with the collar on, so on and so forth. So here we've got Amy still sniffing around, but in a couple seconds here, you'll start to notice that she pays a lot more attention to me. I don't need as much pressure. And if you've noticed so far, I've really only been holding the leash with 2 fingers, giving pressure that way. There you go, just there. I didn't even have to give her any pressure. She's starting to tune into me a little bit more, and I don't have to give her so much information on the collar. Again, we've got more itching from Amy. That's okay. I let dogs do that initially, let them get it out of their system. Here I gave her praise for giving into the pressure and following me. Some more scratching. But really, once your dog starts to tune in with you, here she's distracted by a neighbor of mine. But like I said, once the dog starts tuning into you, and you don't need so much pressure on the collar and they're getting the hang of it, it's time to move on to the next step, which is the structured walk. I'll have another video on this, but basically the structured walk is when your dog is walking next to you in the heel position. There's no sniffing, no marking, no lunging, no barking, no staring at other dogs or people. And right here is a great example of good engagement from Amy. As you can see, she's just following me. I don't have to give her any guidance on the leash, and just gave her some praise there to make her know she's doing the right thing. So once you're at this point with your dog, you're really ready to take the next step to get the dog walking in the heel position on the structured walk.